Okay, interview with Graeme Tomlinson after Bedford Town, 0, Needham Market 1. Graeme, different kind of a game today compared to Tuesday night, but fundamentally the same result.
Yeah, getting very difficult at the moment. I thought we changed the system. I said to the lads we're going to go a little bit more with the 4-3-3, high tempo, try and press them. I thought then I know that they try and play football, especially with the diamond that they play, and I thought we fundamentally first half I thought we were okay. I thought we did okay. Going forward, I thought defending quite well. I thought we won a lot of the bits as well in the middle of the park, and I thought we tried to move it. We had some chances, but I thought sometimes we made the wrong option by either to cross it when we should have crossed it, or vice versa the other way. So that was my only thing that I said to them at half time. But yeah, it's very difficult at present because we've gone from being a free-flowing team of scoring goals, and now we've gone away from actually creating the chances which we were before, which is a little bit worrying.
I say different to Tuesday night, but the similarity was we started the game very well. We were on the front foot. We had control of the final third, as it was, but the similarity was, of course, we just couldn't stick the ball away, could we?
Yeah, again, I don't think our chances were as good as they have been maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, but I thought we kept them at bay to a degree as well. I thought the referee was okay first half. I thought that again they could have had a penalty, we could have had a penalty, vice versa. I thought we were slightly better the first half. Then they did come into it. Obviously, they got their goal. I thought maybe a mistake for the goal possibly, but then our reaction was better. But again, we didn't test the goalkeeper. I think they made it hard for us as well. But again, it was just for me. It was a draw game. But then they managed to come out with the 3 points.
So you say there about the reaction after the goal. You know, it
was a lot better. A lot miles better than it was on Tuesday. Yeah, absolutely. But I just feel that we've gone from creating loads of chances as a team to being maybe, what's the word? Nervous is the wrong word. Less creative, lack of quality when we needed to be. So when we've worked really hard to get into the counter, we've then given the ball away with a bad pass. There was 4 or 5 I could name which we would have been one-on-one or through, which we normally get that, and then we'd create a chance. And we didn't because the ball just wasn't right there, or we're just behind, or whatever. That's the fine detail. I spoke about this about 6-7 weeks ago, where it's how you throw the ball, how you pass the ball, how you clip the ball, the fine details. And those fine details at the moment, we're not doing, and that's where we are. And it's a shame because I felt the lads put a lot of effort in today. I thought reaction was better, but fundamentally we've come out with nothing.
We've come out with nothing. And do you therefore? I wrote in my programme yesterday about the need for belief across the whole club. You know, do you feel as if the belief is there, or is there a fragility within the squad?
There's definitely fragility.
Fragility, yes.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely think there is. Possibly more so now, because I think that, with all due respect, they'll look at certain games like we will as well, and other teams will look at certain games where they think they're more likely to pick up points. Obviously, we're at home against a team around us in our area that just travelled 2 hours up here. We would feel that we would be in ascendance because we know how good we can play on our day. And so with that, what do? The lads are all having a pop in after the game. Then I've said, look, what are we supposed to just roll over and just give up? No, absolutely not. It's not easy. Football's not easy. Life's not easy, etc., etc. We've got to roll your sleeves up, cliche stuff. Roll your sleeves up, work harder. And see if we can get out of it. We've still got 9 games to go. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But don't give up. Never ever give up. I thought the fans were actually excellent today. I thought they were really, really good. I felt they stayed with us right to the end and even after, which that's a credit to them.
You mentioned then the 9 games left. It looks still, as we've always said, another 5 to 6 wins would probably be enough. But results didn't go away today. You have to keep installing the belief that it is possible to do, and looking at the games and going, right, that's a winnable game, and that's a game where it's a bonus if we pick anything up.
Yeah, I think again it goes back to bigger picture. Sometimes as individual players, are you just going to give up when things are tough at any time in your life? And if people are doing that now, well, then what hope have they got? You've got to look at the bigger picture. Yeah, it's not great. It's not enjoyable for yourself, me, everyone that puts all the effort that we do into this game, into the club. Well, we're not just going to roll over and just walk away from it. You've just got to keep going, and then the good time will come back, and the wins will come back. That's how it works. You don't just give up. So we've got to keep going, and I'll do what I can to try and help the lads and try and give them the confidence to do it. And that's where we are.
You're one of the most modest men I've ever met, but you have worked under the best. So, what would the likes of Alex Ferguson be saying in your situation to try and move the club forward and try and move the belief
He
forward?
wouldn't be as passive as I am. I'll tell you that. I'll leave that to Callum. No, there has to be belief. You have to keep believing all the time. Teams have bad patches, and you've got to come through it. That comes from working hard. It's very difficult to only train twice a week. And then we've got a game Tuesday, so we've got to take the game Tuesday. We've got to try and get results Tuesday to get back to winning ways. We have got a small squad, so it doesn't matter what we've got a small squad, and players have played a lot of games, some of them, and we sometimes the options from not necessarily the bench, but to try and change things sometimes is difficult to a degree, but that's what it is. We've got to keep going, and we just got to sit and try and grind out some results.
You've stolen the next question there from me, which is obviously Tuesday. It's a Bed Senior Cup game. It's a quarter-final, but realistically, it's actually about winning a game of football, isn't it? That's the key point, to build momentum.
Yeah, you forget sometimes how to win. It's a good habit when you're winning, and it's not a good habit when you're losing. It sounds really silly, but when on a Saturday when you go home, whether you're going out for a meal or go for a drink or whatever, so much better when it tastes better when you've had the 3 points. It just does in our nature of football, the business that we're in. So yeah, it's difficult. I want that feeling to get back again, and it just gives us a little bit of confidence. Yes, we're going to one of a really, really hard, tough place on Saturday. Let's be frank about it, and that's why we wanted to have this game was in particular one that we looked at to try and get the points, which hasn't happened. So go again.
We go again. Happy birthday to Brooke. Hope she has a lovely weekend. It's unbelievable that you've got a 12-year-old daughter considering the state you're in, but there you go. We go to Wolsey on Tuesday night. Bed Senior Cup tie. Third time lucky following the postponement, following the fog. Then on to Colville the week after. There's a coach going to that fixture. You can get yourself on that now in the usual ways. Otherwise, we'll see you back here in a fortnight's time for the visit of Nuneaton. Get your tickets now, bedfordeagles.net.